Hey everyone, welcome to Screenverse. This is Rahul.
This is Neel Utsav.
This is Utsav.
Yeah, and we're here to review Alita Battle Angel. Sorry, Neel.
Alita Battle Angel.
Right, he's an idiot. Anyway, Alita Battle Angel. We saw this last night, and so we needed some time to really process the film. The moment we stepped out of the theater, overall reactions. What do you guys think?
I loved it.
It was good, but they rushed many things, and I felt if the runtime was increased, then maybe it would have been a better experience. Because you are introducing such a huge world, and then you need to give justice
To everything,
everything. The world is incredible, but the characters too.
Yeah.
I agree, and agree with what you say. Not to the greatest extent, but yeah, a good amount of it. So when I walked out of the theater, I was very happy with the film. Not till the end, but yeah. So that's overall reaction. So let's start with what Alita actually is. So Alita is a story about
of a cyborg.
Yeah, a story of a cyborg. Basically, it's actually a story more about a father, a doctor who's lost someone, and he's really trying to fill that void with the technology that he does. That's why he makes Alita. So that's pretty much what it is, and it's about this girl. Like she's a super powerful girl.
It's Superman but female.
Actually,
yeah.
She looks good too.
So we get to see her journey, and we really see her grow in a way. And the manga is much more in depth, but this is close to what it gets. And that's pretty much what the story is. It's basically two worlds, where the world that's on the ground, it's more of the more dusty, poor level.
It's the poor district. It's called Iron City, and as you can guess from the name, it's all the beaten people, all the people who've
they're very low class.
The low class people who live there, and there's this floating city above the Iron City.
Yeah, what was it called? Zalim. Anyway, so so Zalim is described in the film to be a very fantastical world,
and I believe it's a two-part story, so it has been teased.
It's
you don't get to see much of Zalim in the movie, so don't get your hopes up.
You don't. I mean, the entire film is going to the idea of Zalim. So Zalim in the film is described to be a very, very fantastical world where everything is perfect over there, pretty much. Fine. So we've covered the story. Now let's get to the cast. What do you guys think?
Rosa Salazar is incredible. She looks the part, she plays the part, and the beauty is that when her emotions are naive as a child, which suits the character. And then Christoph Waltz, incredible, of course, he's a great actor. Jennifer Connelly,
you feel she was miscast?
No, I feel her character wasn't given justice.
Yeah.
We understood what her motivations were, but if she would have been given more screen time.
Was that Bindi annoying as hell over here?
I think it's something they took from the manga.
Like a rhinestone.
No, that's the third eye.
To me, that just looked like a rhinestone which was glued over here and then added some prosthetics to just merge it with her skin.
I'm pretty sure it looked cool in the manga, but there's some things in which you can't just transcribe to a live action film, and it just looks weird sometimes, but you have to buy into it.
But basically, except Rosa Salazar and Christoph Waltz, I feel none of the supporting characters were given justice, even the romantic end of the story.
That's what I wanted to touch on.
I felt it was rushed.
It was.
In fact, a lot of the movie feels rushed because you see the film starts off in the middle of a scene. It feels like that, and throughout the whole film, the runtime is around 2 hours, 10 minutes, something like that. And I feel like they've cut a lot of things in the movie from the movie.
What you're saying is actually right. This film did feel that it started off very abruptly, and talking about the pacing of the film, I do feel it suffered.
It did. They cut at least like 20 minutes, 10-15 minutes.
For me personally, the first half of the film is extremely good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it breezes through. The pacing is really fast, but then you start to. There is some information which is revealed to you, which you think it would like. It's structured weirdly in some places.
As soon as Jennifer Connelly and the love interests are introduced, it becomes botchy.
Correct.
It becomes botchy, to be honest. But when it was Rosa Salazar and her journey of seeing this world and interacting with it, it seemed pretty genuine.
Yeah, those were the best scenes where Rosa Salazar and Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
And the action scenes, obviously. Those are the best scenes. I did not feel the romance that much, between the two leads, and that is what I felt was the biggest downfall of this film is that the film it banged. It really asked the audience to believe a lot into
Exactly,
the romance.
because the finale of the film is based on the romance itself.
Yeah.
So if the romance is weak, then the finale won't have the effect which
The feel.
which the director wants to tell the audience. So it's and
Okay,
it's-
getting to the director, Robert Rodriguez. What do you guys think? Because I think this could probably be his best film.
see,
I think it is.
It is,
to
right?
think it
create
is.
and show us such a huge world, it's an overwhelming task, and he
It
did
is,
an
it is.
incredible job.
And when you talk about Robert Rodriguez, he's made films like Shark Boy,
Yeah.
which had
Spy Kids.
And Spy Kids.
Oh, Spy Kids, they were nice. I like them. Alright.
Yeah.
The third one?
And also, it's a guilty pleasure. Shark Boy is a film where it's Taylor Lautner when he was like 11 or something.
Yeah.
The green screen is terrible in that movie. And then he makes a film like Sin City. So you never
I love
know when
Sin
it comes to
City.
Robert Rodriguez. He
Yeah.
can make something amazing like Sin City where he shows you the prime example of green screen. Then he makes something like Spy Kids 3D and Shark Boy and something. It's terrible. So with Robert Rodriguez, you never know what he's gonna make.
Yeah.
So
And you can see a lot of Cameron influences because of course he produced the movie. He's been working on this movie for almost 10 years. Yeah.
2003? No,
Yeah.
16 years.
For 16 years now. And so Cameron, as you guys know, Cameron is always the kind of filmmaker who likes to develop the technology to support his movie and not the other way around.
Push the boundaries.
Yeah. So of course Avatar, remember Avatar? Yeah. So Avatar, he created some new technology and he actually used a lot of that, the things he developed for that movie here. And you can see that.
Very much.
The CGI in place here is incredible. The world building is incredible. Okay, you really want to live in this world, maybe not in the Iron City, but yeah, you really want to live in this world.
The thing is, it's how well it's established.
Yeah.
Very well established. Yeah,
So-
I give it that.
Yeah, so we get to know everything, how it operates and everything,
Yeah.
even the sports.
It's almost like we are seeing the world through Alita's eyes, and since she has so much of innocence, right?
Exactly.
It's very much. Yeah, I agree. About
James
the
Cameron.
world. Yeah, James.
The world
Cameron.
building.
So going back to the way he created the stuff, Weta. I was seeing a couple of ways how they were shooting all of this stuff. And Weta is really upping their game,
Oh, yeah.
From what they did in Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
for what they did for
Guys, don't trust the first trailer. If you've just seen the first trailer and you're coming into the movie expecting
is
that, the uncanny valley, don't. They've pretty much perfected it
Yeah,
here.
they're really, and you're talking about the uncanny valley. In some weird way, alright. You know she's an animated character, but for some reason you buy it when she's in front of you, and when an actual human being like Christoph Waltz or whoever is in front of her, you still buy the fact, which is a tricky thing.
It's like, I think how her emotions are portrayed in the film plays a major role in that.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
her eyes.
Yeah, I think
We have to talk about the
we
eyes.
have to talk about the
I
eyes.
think, I think that's why we forgive it.
Yeah.
It's because the performance from the character from Rosa Salazar was so strong. That's why the small little cartoon-ish we could see is forgiven. Because the performance from her was so strong.
No, I don't think it was ever a problem for me personally because it just fits.
Yeah, it wasn't a
It
problem.
fits.
It wasn't
because
a
of her
problem.
performance, because of the supporting cast, which elevates that also. Especially the world. I just keep getting back to the world.
Yeah.
You
World
keep
building is
believing
incredible.
that yes, these characters can exist. Like you see all these cyborg humans, right? Where
It's
the body
crazy.
is mechanical. There's just the head which is human. Incredible technology, but still, like you believe that can exist.
Yeah.
So coming back to that, Alita, I had no problem with Alita's. Like I can see some people still having some problems with her look, the final look, but yeah, I mean it works for the story, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah. And talking about the rest of the cast. So we were talking about this. So the chick who completely cyborg, like knives and shit.
Yeah.
So when I saw her, I thought she was Melissa Fumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's not actually her. That's Isa Gonzalez from Who Did
Baby
I mean, look at an
Driver.
upgrade from Baby Driver to Alita.
Yeah.
Come on.
She was darling from that film, and to be very frank, I think she was my second favorite out of everyone. Like obviously Ansel Elgort being first.
Yeah.
Aisa Gonzalez was amazing in that film. I love her.
Personal opinion.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she over here I felt she was a little mustache twirly sort of a villain because
Yeah.
I think the supporting cast, right? I don't think this was a film which was character based.
Of course. See,
Like the film, it's definitely an Alita film.
Yeah.
The film, what I think is the hero of the film is Alita, and the visual effects that has been put and the hardware that's been put into this film. I think that's where this film completely gets its praise. You know, like there's no complaints there whatsoever, and that's I would say that's the only reason you should go and watch this film. The action,
The action is
the action,
amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
the action.
It has like John Wick-ish.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
slow mo, like 300.
Like you can see everything. It's not shot on handheld cameras. It's not cutting frequently.
Yeah, not
There's
taken.
amazing wide takes. There's amazing. They use slow mo in a pretty good way actually.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
slow
And
motion.
you can see everything. The action choreography is amazing. Alita is, as we just said, Superman but female, something like that.
And that was my only issue with
Yeah.
Alita.
No. See, when you make characters who are extremely strong, they have emotional weakness, right?
Yeah.
She was emotionally vulnerable, and I don't
Only
mind.
her, not Superman. Superman was like fucking perfect.
No. Have you seen Man of Steel? Dude, man,
Okay, fine, yeah.
come on.
He loves Banos. He loves Zack Snyder.
Zack.
All the Snyder fans give him some support.
Snyder cut, release
Snyder
now.
cut.
Anyway,
We are diverting from
cool,
the
yeah.
topic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but basically it's like it makes sense if there's a character who's extremely strong, then emotionally she's vulnerable because she's in a new world. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
That sense, yeah, I give you that. Yeah.
So
Because a lot of the movie focuses on Alita trying to recover her memories. Like Dr. Edo,
Yeah.
Christopher Waltz's character,
Dyson Edo.
Dyson Edo. Like he managed to procure Alita from this scrapyard, and he rebuilds her whole body. And most of the movie is about Alita trying to find out about her past. And I mean, I have some mixed feelings towards that because I think they've left a lot. I
From
feel
the manga.
they've cut a lot of this film out, and
no, the main issue
Yeah.
with me is that this film was building up to the sequel,
yeah,
and if this movie was a standalone film, then it isn't
Yeah.
from narrative sense that well constructed.
Yeah, if you judge it as a soul,
As a
Yeah.
solo.
standalone
Yeah.
film, I still say great film because of the work they've done. with
Because
the
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
VFX,
But-
the world building,
but if you're
and everything
but
else.
if you're only talking about the script, then yeah, it's a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, because
I
it's
agree.
like I hate when movies build up the climax of the first film
Uh-huh.
to the sequel.
yeah.
Cause then
Prime example, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Oh,
we never
God.
got it
Mom.
three.
yeah. But still, it's like it's disappointing because as an audience we are hoping for conclusive end, and then it's just building up to something,
Yeah.
and it's just come on, yeah, guys.
Yeah, I agree. But
It should make more standalone films which are building up to sequels like M. Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan.
yeah, but I think what the reason why they did it is why they had confidence to not give it the perfect climax and to tease it, because James Cameron, they'll obviously
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
he's obviously
Yeah.
the movies he's made, they've made so much money, so you know what, it's a safe bet
Yeah,
for
so
the
Yeah.
producer.
It's not
aspect.
that big of an issue. It's just
Yeah.
an issue. Which
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
wanted to
So
build.
from a producer standpoint, it made sense of why they took that
Yeah.
decision, because James Cameron. But
Two words.
Yeah, 2 words, James Cameron. But the only thing is, what I would say is that I am not sure whether this will
Yeah.
that aspect
Yeah.
would appeal to the general audience.
Yeah, because this film it does sequel bait a bit,
Yeah,
quite
it
a
does.
bit,
Yeah.
but
Quite
it's made on what, like 200 million budget, something like
200
that,
million, 200 million.
and like this analyst going around, like rumors going around that it might not be able to make that much money back. I hope it does. I want to see a sequel.
It will make the
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
hopefully,
yeah,
like guys,
it's-
go see the movie. Really, we
Nahi.
are recommending movie.
Nee, I'm predicting, okay, 300 million.
300 million.
300?
Sure.
300. 300, 350.
450.
450.
I say 450.
No, that's ambitious.
Nah,
I mean, we hope it makes at least it tries to recover the same amount.
4 weeks ke baad 350. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it tries to make some more money because we want to see the sequel. We want to see where the story is going forward.
Because
That's a
Rosa
good thing.
Salazar
That's a
is
good thing.
incredible.
See, that's a good thing. With all of the issues we had with this film, the visual effects was enough for us to ask for a sequel. So that kind of gives a testament to how good the work was done on this on the VFX from Weta. It was amazing. And let's talk about the character designs. You know, all of them, they were like...
It's straight from the manga. If you've read the manga, it's straight from the manga.
Straight from the manga. And...
Grishka.
Grishka.
You know, Grishka, the same actor who was Rorschach, you know? So
Yeah. That was him?
That was him!
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't recognize him.
He told me like 5 minutes before this thing.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Cinemat, Bill Pope.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Bill Pope's a legend. I mean, like the movie he's made,
Yeah.
the Spider-Man 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That's why Spider-Man 2 from the first film, Cinemat's completely different, and it was for the better.
Yeah.
So he's done Spider-Man 2 and 3. He's done every Edgar Wright film since Scott Pilgrim,
Okay. Yeah.
and all the Matrix films. No, sorry, Matrix 2 and 3. I don't think he did the first one. But anyway, brilliant. He's a
But
legend.
basically,
He's a
how he
legend.
used the colors, even in Iron City, which is supposed to be dull, how he used blue, basically the color
Yeah.
blue in night when.
In
Yeah, he
night,
does,
yeah.
yeah.
But basically, the use of colors is incredible, especially when they play motorball, the main event thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking. You can definitely see a lot of inspiration from Blade Runner. You know the.
Oh
color
yeah,
scheme.
sure, for sure.
Blade Runner, the first one and 2049.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
and
is set in a
the
cyberpunk-esque
premise-
world.
The
Cyberpunk,
premise of
yeah.
this film reminds me of an animated movie.
Which one?
Which
There's
one?
a movie in which Astro Boy.
Oh yeah, Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astro Boy. Astro Boy. Yeah. You know, I actually recently saw that film. Not recently, but it released when, like years ago.
Yeah.
And I saw it like I think a year ago. It was actually not that bad. It was actually a
They
good
might
film.
have taken some inspiration from there, I guess.
You can.
I don't know.
Probably.
Personally, I'm not aware of the
Yeah.
source material, so I don't know. It just reminded me.
Yeah.
of
That's the
Astro.
thing, yeah. Talking about source material, I wanted to say this. The people who have not seen the source material, it's great.
I haven't
will-
seen it,
they
so
will-
Say-
you
love
like it. So the people who have read the source material, it will be more familiar to them, and they like the film even more.
Yeah.
So you know, it's definitely a bonus if you're.
I mean, it's one of those adaptations which makes you want to go back and read the source material.
Absolutely.
And if
Like
you do
Watchmen,
that,
like Watchmen.
yeah, like Watchmen,
Yeah.
The sound design, background
exactly.
score.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah.
See, for me, to be honest, I felt the background score was quite forgettable.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very, very generic stuff.
Yeah.
I just felt like, you know, they should have been, if it was about score, there should have been a theme for Alita.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
An individual thing like Wonder Woman. And
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable actually. Like after coming out of the theater, I couldn't remember the soundtrack they were playing for Alita, for all the battle sequences.
Yeah.
It looked great, but it needed to sound better.
It needed better sound.
But sound design was good.
Yeah, sound.
Yeah.
It was
design.
crisp. It was
It was
Sound
crisp.
design was to the T, perfect.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing about this film. Visually and just as a craft, perfect.
Yeah.
I have
Oh yeah,
no
perfect.
Like we are going into the argument of style over substance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it's a good watch. It's a
Yeah.
good watch.
It's definitely
Watch
a good
it.
watch. Yeah. And our final thing is that we really like this film. We
Yes.
definitely recommend go watch
Go
this
watch
movie.
Go
it.
watch the movie.
Do
Give it your money, guys.
Yeah. Do not torrent this film. You know, no
It's-
piracy.
it's
Please
great,
don't do
it's
that.
great,
It's
trust
me. It's great.
And yeah, so right now, since we said it, that we don't know whether it's going to make its money back, and since the film is really good, we would recommend to please go buy a ticket, watch this film. And yeah, so any final thoughts?
Go watch it. It's incredible. World is amazing. Rosa Salazar is incredible. Like you
Yeah.
genuinely smile when she's interacting with
Yeah.
how other humans react to stuff.
Like if you love James Cameron's grandeur of his movies, you're gonna love this anyway.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez, amazing job. Great VFX, great action, really great action.
Yeah.
Decent sound. It looks great.
But the action was somewhat less. But I'm hoping sequel will
Yeah,
have more.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find, and for me, I would definitely say I really liked the film. My only complaint is that I did not see Alita. She never lost a battle.
Oh yeah, she never lost a battle.
Yeah, she's vulnerable at some instances, and it'll get you into the action. Okay, it's incredible.
So definitely we say go watch this film, and
the final rating for all of us. For me personally, I feel it's a solid 3.5 stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it a 3.5 hours also because I do because I really wanted the story to be a bit more up to the mark.
Okay.
I didn't want the rough ending it had.
Okay.
So 3.5.
So I'd say 3. Like what's the word for that? Where you give quarter, मतलब half or quarter जोड़ के?
3.5 quarters.
3.5 quarters.
Exactly.
3.5 quarters.
So in a simpler term, I'd definitely say almost 4. Almost 4 stars. You know, I'd say that's pretty much my rating.
Yeah, it could have been better, but still, it's an experience of it.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah, go watch it on the biggest screen you can.
Yeah, please.
IMAX.
IMAX.
Definitely.
Yep.